Your Drowned Abyss lucky dice locations are another one that it's going to be very easy to grab going along with the main story. I think the majority of them were either right on the path or just slightly off of the path.
The more the dice, the better.
Especially these first two, which are just in the main hallway here, like right towards the beginning. You just duck to this left path, break through the wall, and you're good to go for the second one.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay.
Dice number 3 comes immediately after meeting your new serpentine friend. Over here on the left, there's a doorway that you can't get through, but there's also a downed pillar
she's got too
hiding
many
a dice.
proper nouns going on. Chains, drowning, sacrifice.
This next dice is a bit of an offshoot. If you keep going straight past the main room that you enter, there's another hallway that leads you towards a jumping puzzle. And following that jumping puzzle will get you to this dice location.
Lucky you.
Now, in this big open area with the ship that's partway up in the air, kind of beached on the coral here, there's a launch pad that actually takes you to 2 different dice. Your first one is on that middle pedestal there.
You're feeling lucky.
And for your second dice in this location, you will take the launch pad again up to that ship, and you will run around the back side of the ship, similar to the one that was on the back side of the ship in the previous area.
RNG got nothing on.
This next dice is actually the last one I got because I had to double back. I was searching almost the entire map, including doing all of the side quests, trying to look through locked areas. And after getting desperate, I started looking up towards things to drop, and it turns out it's an anchor, like in the previous area.
You're feeling lucky.
Continuing on the path and following towards the main objective, there is a hallway that branches off to the right and a small one that branches off to the left here before the main area. Climb up, down this left hallway all the way to the very end, mantle up a few times, and your dice is sitting in the corner.
Lucky you.
After you enter the next major large area, continuing on with the main quest, there will immediately be an offshoot on your right hand side. You can follow it through this tunnel, up this right hand wall, and there's your dice.
RNG got nothing.
Continuing on with the main quest, this is one that is fairly easy to miss. You run past this sigil that you are supposed to interact with, over here to the left, and you jump up this broken ship, jump the gap, and then you have to climb up through the inside of the other half of the broken ship to get to the top.
Golden, baby.
This next dice is not far past your previous one as you're continuing on with your main objective route. There will be a small offshoot on the right hand side that leads to a large waterfall, and your dice is right below the waterfall.
You're feeling lucky.
Now once you get to the large red force field, you will want to immediately turn around and run to the far cliff face from it, facing out over the deep dark abyss here. Come around this right hand side of the coral, and there's your dice. Once you unlock the area behind the large red barrier, there are 2 offshoot paths instead of where you are supposed to go. Over on the right hand side, you loop around and come all the way to this far right wall. You'll find a dice hiding behind some pillars.
Oh, that's one lucky die.
Continuing farther down the path from your previous dice, after you unlock the doors with the red rune on them, you will find a obelisk, as well as on the far side of that room, on the cliff face, kind of hidden behind a wall, is another dice.
Getting lucky.
After carrying on to where the abandoned pirate ship's hull becomes opened up for you, if you run inside, this one is impossible to miss following the main storyline. Instead of jumping down, you'll just follow this path on the right hand side, jump across, and grab your dice.
Numbers. Go.
This next dice is yet again along the main path, but is easy to miss if you don't have a habit of looking off of the edge of the map, or being a general dice goblin like me.
Golden, baby.
Your next dice is located in this room at the very end of the main quest path before you carry on into the next area. Over on the left-hand side, you will see a fallen pillar, and there's a dice behind it.
Ooh, look going.
Your next dice is found while progressing through the Of Curse and Claw side quest. After talking to the crab and looping around to the far entrance, instead of jumping down, you'll come over here to your right, and you have a dice behind this pillar.
Oh, that's one lucky die.
Your final two dice are both off of the beaten path, but can be found without doing a side quest. However, the Diplomatic Relations side quest will take you past both of them. For this one, if you're in the room with the rocket, you face across the gap, come over to this boat, climb up to the top, and there you go.
Numbers. Go.
And for your final dice, either after finishing the Diplomatic Relations quest, where you follow Claptrap out the door at the very back of that unlocked area, or by looping all the way around, you can jump to this waterfall and climb up to the top, and there will be your final dice.
This old dog's learning some new tricks.